Welcome to this gamblingsites.org how-to video. Today we'll be providing you our advanced blackjack guide with some tips for players with plenty of blackjack experience under their belts. When you're at the advanced level, you can begin to consider even more of the math of the game. If you're not a very advanced player, we recommend checking out our beginner and intermediate sections instead. This video and this section are both going to get into very detailed and very advanced stuff. Thanks to the known quantities of cards in the deck, you can get an edge over the casino by adjusting your play based on what's going on in the game. Imagine for a moment that you're playing roulette. There are 38 slots on an American roulette wheel, so you have a 37-to-1 chance of getting any individual outcome. But what if once the ball landed on a spot, it wasn't removed and it became impossible to hit that number again until the croupier hit a reset button of some kind? Well, now the odds would change. Instead of having a 37-to-1 shot, you would then have a 36-to-1 shot. As each number gets taken, the slot is filled and your odds keep improving. Eventually, you'll have an edge over the house because a single number bet in roulette pays out at 35-to-1. Once your odds become 34-to-1 of winning that bet, you're in a profitable situation. As those odds continue to improve, so does your edge. So wouldn't it make sense to bet less when all the slots were available and then bet more when more and more got filled in? Absolutely. Unfortunately, roulette doesn't work that way, but blackjack does. In most blackjack games, once a card is dealt, it's gone from the shoe of potential cards until the dealer resets it by shuffling the deck. So if the player can keep an eye on the ratio of high cards to low cards, they can raise their bets when the deck has a relatively large number of high cards in it. The aces and tens improve a player's chances because they increase the odds of getting a natural on the first two cards. A natural, or a blackjack, is a two-card hand with an ace and a 10 or a face card and pays the player at a better than even money odds, typically at 3-2. If the player has a better chance of being dealt this kind of a hand, they can raise their bets accordingly and get an edge over the casino. You don't need a photographic memory or anything like that to pull this off. The aces and tens are assigned a point value, and so are the low cards. By tracking those points, a player can get an idea of the ratio of high cards to low cards in the deck. Two other things that you can do to give yourself an advantage are shuffle tracking and watching for dealer tells. Sometimes cards can clump into sequence or packs in a deck even when they're shuffled. If you can track these groups of cards throughout the game, you can get an edge over the casino. This won't work with an online casino that uses a random number generator, but can work with physical cards. Looking for dealer tells requires a similar skill set to playing poker. In blackjack, you can pay attention to the dealer's behavior as they look at their whole card and adjust your playing strategy if you believe that you've picked up on a tell that hints at what the dealer is holding. Becoming an advanced blackjack player means learning enough about the game and how to play it that you can consistently gain an advantage over the casino. We have plenty of additional videos and articles for you to make sure that you are the best blackjack player that you can be, including more within the advanced blackjack section. So make sure to check out gamblingsites.org for even more on the game.